right, a little audio test on the old microphone here. Hanging out. Wow, what a week. What a week. Little rooster. Yeah, all right. Little crowd rolling in here. Man, what a weekend spent last week up in Indiana. Mr. Josh was there. I was doing the Sweetwater thing with my Sir friends and family. And let me tell you what, seeing John Sir outside of Southern California was like culture shock for me. I've been with that company for like 14 years, I think. I don't think I've ever seen him outside of California. So, man, yeah, it was a lot. We got a lot of questions starting to roll in. Josh, shout out to Josh up there at Sweetwater. He's with us in the live stream right now. So that tells me he's not doing his job. He needs to be working. Josh needs to be working. I'm just kidding. Randy Heston, Steve, Taylor, Mark Gammel's in the house. Fantastic photographer. If you like some of the photos that pop up from the old Woodshed guitar experience, that's coming at you now. A lot of those photos come at you via Mark Gammel. He is a delight. Talented man. A lot of people asking about those physical copies. Yes, we are updating the website, moving it from one provider to another provider to facilitate the physical store. So that store will house all of the goodies. We're going to be having some t-shirts and vinyls and physical CDs. All of those things will be housed from the store. So that will be on the new andywoodmusic.com. Stay tuned. Mr. Chuck is updating that. So there's a lot of details, a lot of things going on. Chris Clarkson was up there with us. Lovely man from Sir. If you are in need of a delightful Sir guitar, the fine folks at Sweetwater, Chris Clarkson can help you out with that. It's fun to have them part of the family now. We've got some great dealers. There's some fantastic dealers all across the world. And I'm fortunate enough to go and be an ambassador for the company. And they trust me and my music with representing the company. So flattered, honored, all those good things. Be going to Germany. Guitar Summit's coming at you. So for my European friends that'll be at that, we have masterclass available. So if you want to take a masterclass from me in Germany at the Guitar Summit, that's going to be coming at you. I really don't know where to start in today. There's so many freaking things. On the way back home, the maestro, The Scandinavian king overlord of neoclassical shred, Yngwie Malmsteen, was sitting right next to me, right across the aisle. I didn't want to bother him. I didn't want to germ him. That's a professional term we use. You germ somebody. Didn't want to germ him, but he saw that I had a guitar and didn't say anything. She kind of hung out. Cool. We're walking through Atlanta Airport, and so now we're headed to the same kind of gate area. On the way back home, he's heading Miami. I'm heading back to Tennessee. And I looked up and I was like, yeah, Sweetwater, huh? And he goes, pardon me? I was like, yeah, Sweetwater, probably where we come from. Saw you up there. He's like, yeah, we're promoting my new, it's a horrible accent. I'm not even going to try it. He's promoting the new overdrive pedal he's got coming out, which is awesome. He looks right at me, Ferrari red. And I was like, yeah, Ferrari red. I'm a car guy. I like that color. There's some color samples behind me. You just do with that what you will. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to point. I'm just going to say in that area. We got color samples. Yeah, Yngwie is the GOAT, man. That's like, I wish I was super good at that stuff, but I'm really not. I always forget if he does it with his pinky. If he does those like that. I don't remember how he does those things, right? No, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not the GOAT for that stuff. Yngwie's the GOAT for that stuff. I need to brush up on it. There's some really fun sequences that he does. And so it was just cool to hang out with all the guitar players. Greg Koch was up there. Andy Timmons was there. Jacob, who plays bass for Intervals, he was up there hanging out. Jacob's a nice kid. We actually did a gig. He was playing bass for Nick Johnston. Back in the day, we did a NAMM gig together. I hadn't seen him since then, so it was good to catch up with him. Nathan East, bass player for Eric Clapton, was up there at Sweetwater. It was truly a gear fest. It was a festival of gear. And so many people, so many vendors. I finally got to play through a quad Cortex, the neural DSP thing. That's cool. I think that's clever. Saw my man Rob Keeley. If you like my delays, you can thank Rob Keeley for that. Plug it in, put it on preset number 1, and just let it roll. Sounds good. That's the Timmons preset. And talk to Timmons today. He'll be coming out to the Woodshed Guitar Experience. We're going to be hanging out, doing the thing, and he's got some new music he's going to debut there, which I'm excited to hear. So let's dive in with some questions here. Questions and comments. New album. Yeah, Friday was the new album. A lot of folks are saying Alice in Chains. Great choice for a cover. Still good even now. Yeah. I mean, Alice in Chains is great, man. Sirs are on Sweetwater. Yeah, you can get them at Sweetwater. Thanks for the kind words about the Rooster video. Let's talk about covers for a second. Let's just take a second here. Pull up the old chair and talk about cover music. Is it right to do a cover? Is that the thing? Is it wrong? I don't know. What made you choose Rooster? This is Amy Shell 2112 is coming in. What made you choose Rooster? Funny you mentioned that, Amy. We had been playing my tunes out and about. And that's your Forgotten Secrets and Junk Towns and all those goodies. And I would notice that, there'd be all guitar players in the room. And then it would be like all the people that didn't play guitar. I could kind of tell who they were while I'm on stage, And it's like, that's never a good feeling because you want to be connecting with everyone, not just guitar players. Like, I don't want to just connect with guitar players. I think that's like the 5% of the 5%. It gets into that thing. I want to connect with people, all kinds of people everywhere. So when we were putting together live shows, we'd be like, all right, let's do Reach, let's do Forgotten Secrets, let's do Almonte. And then we started like putting in these covers just randomly, random covers. Man, No Quarter, from Zeppelin. Or we would dabble with other guitarists' music, only do one. We wouldn't do a whole set of it, but we'd do Zap. I remember we did Zap for a bit from Eric. Did Too Many Notes from Steve Morse, obviously one of my all-time favorite players. I love him. But we started like leaning more and more into covers of popular music, like pop music, right? By that I mean like we had a cover of Everlong right after Taylor died. That was an instrumental. We had a cover, so we let's do Rooster. Worked it up. I thought it was really pretty harmony too, right? So some of the prettiest things about it really show themselves when you start diving into what the melody lines are, right? That's the Lane melody, right? It's nice to hear Jerry's melody though, right? That's Jerry's vocal melody that he sings, right? Yeah. So we put those together with some bass line. Gets real pretty, right? Other thing that I really liked about it was those really haunting, kind of playing it with like a Jeff Beck approach. I love Jeff Beck, right? So it's like... I just thought it would be a really pretty tune to drop into the set. So when we started doing it, man, people's really digging it. And we did it on Shiprocked, and a lot of people reacted so well. They were like singing it louder than we were playing it. And we're like, well, this needs to be on the album. Apparently this has got some vibe to it. So that's really where the decision came from and why it made it. So hope that helps you, Amy, understand why we chose that one. Carson says, how cool is it that one of the first posts on your Instagram was from Joe Satriani? Man, I don't know what happened to get me on Joe's radar, but I think that's the coolest thing on the planet. I mean, Joe Satriani is the GOAT. Just one of the greatest guitar players of all time, one of the greatest instrumental guitar players, just dominates the landscape. He's the guy that brought you G3 and experienced Hendrix, and now he's out. He's the guy that's got to play the Van Halen riffs. It's like, man, Satriani is just incredible. And the fact that he, I'm on his radar is really, really, really cool. It's that magic is not lost on me at all. Really, really incredible. So that's a feel good moment of the year. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Steve's in the house. New album is so diverse, full of feeling, has everything. Look for in music. Great work on all of it. Thank you, Steve. Really just about trying to have some good melodies, some good things that are nice and melodic. So let's talk about covers. I'm very fascinated by this, like the idea of when you are allowed to do a cover, when you're not. And this is all just not literal. I'm not being literal because anyone's allowed to play a cover whenever they want to. I mean, when do you decide that you're going to tackle something that's a cover? So the great first question is, do you need permission to do a cover? There's some ethical ways to go about it. I know Nick Raskulinix. He's not my closest friend or anything like that, but I do know him. And when it was coming up, I shot him a cover of it, and I said, hey man, I know. So he produces Alice in Chains, produces some of the records, and I shot him the thing, and I said, "Hey man, what do you think about this?" I was like, don't want to overstep my bounds. Now, the other way that you go about doing a cover is through making sure that the publishing is funneled in the correct way, ASCAP, BMI, HFA. These are all just agencies that get the money that's made off the song to the right person, right? So it's interesting. We don't think of some covers as covers, like, right, All Along the Watchtower. That's a cover, like Really Got Me Going by Van Halen. That's not by Van Halen. That's by the Kinks. It's like there's some covers in there that are kind of not. They've almost been repurposed, right? I didn't really go into it with that kind of grandiose attempt. I just thought Rooster was really beautiful and could be reimagined into a really beautiful guitar instrumental that might help connect people to instrumental guitar that typically don't like instrumental guitar. And on the other side of the coin, it might help instrumental guitar players that are super concerned with their wheedly wheeze into what makes a great song. A great song has to be something, a great melody, something that's memorable. There's a hook to it. It's got something interesting to it that sets it apart in a sea of white noise, right? So my goal was just to kind of be a conduit between these two worlds that don't necessarily live with each other. For that matter, I thought it was kind of important that Alice in Chains and that era of music was the anti-guitar hero, anti-guitar solo kind of era. The spandex wasn't there. The shred was gone. All that stuff was not popular. It was about songs and great melodies, great chord progressions, and things like that. So I thought it might be cool to show that kind of great song can be a guitar instrumental, pretty easily, because the song is so great. I mean, a lot of great songs can make really great guitar instrumentals. It's like you don't have to play the Van Halen guitar parts to have good Van Halen songs. It's like there's so much great music out there that can come into the guitar. This thing is just squeaking on the straps, driving me crazy. They could come into the guitar and make for really great instrumental guitar stuff. You see it with like Andy McKee a lot. You see it with who else? Ben Lacey is another guy I love to hear, like, take things that aren't, guitar instrumentals and make them guitar instrumentals, right? So it's cool. That's kind of that thing. Paul says he's currently trying to learn Master Gracie's Manor. There's a lot going on in that thing, right? Brett says live, well selected covers are totally okay. Living Colors, Should I Stay or Should I Go? It's barely recognizable. I think it's really ambitious to cover it on an album. Another great example of like people doing ambitious things would be Andy Timmons doing the Beatles tunes, doing Sgt. Pepper's as instrumental stuff. Man, that was really fantastic, really well done. A lot of care and a lot of time and thought, cleverness put into those arrangements to make them work as guitar instrumentals. That's good stuff if you haven't had a chance to check that out. Eric Johnson's tonight. That's right, here in lovely Knoxville, Tennessee. Eric Johnson's playing the Bijou. Got my tickets. I texted him a bit earlier, just kind of said, hey man, out of what would you call it? respect, I'm going to get me a COVID test today. I spent 4 days around so many people that I'm going to get me a COVID test. And if it comes back negative, which it should because I feel great, I'm going to go see Eric tonight. Got my tickets. And if it comes back positive, I'm just going to be like, you know what? Can't go. Got to respect the man on a higher level. Right. Putting some adjustments into that Woodshed comp. What a great pedal that is, right? Woodshed comp was like the unsung hero on the album. Let me turn it off. Turn on. So good. Yeah, that comp is really nice. Okay, Glenn Watkins Gray. Oh, for the comp. Yeah. Kind of the Nardo thing, right? Hey, Andy, Mr. Robot Tuner's here on vacation and glad to be able to get some wood shedding in with you all day today. Loving the new music. Thanks, Artie. Appreciate you, man. It's been fun to get this record out into the wild and get some of the tunes going, man. Let's play some of the tunes. It's like I'm still working on the tunes. Still trying to get my fingers around them, get comfortable with them. One that I've been working on a lot lately is the Helio tune. It's like, dare I try to play it online? I mean, I haven't played this one yet, so it's like, let's see. I'm probably going to butcher it. I haven't got enough time on this one. I haven't put any time in on it. I'm still working on it. that. Still got some rough spots to work out, get through some improvisational tactics that I like on that. But yeah, it's good. It's I like that tune, and kind of one of the longer tunes as far as like the way the structure is. But it's fun to solo over that section in 7, man. Kind of yanked that E string out of whack. That's all right. It's really fun to solo over that section in 7. We've been trying to work on some of those fourths too. That's kind of been in the musical diet lately. These kind of fourth-like ideas that are like you start seeing how sequential they are. Right. Still trying to work on them. I don't have them clean, but it's stuff that's kind of like, you know, Gambale-esque. Yeah, you hear Mancuso do it. Really, Gambale too is like kind of the OG for that stuff, right? All of those kind of like fourth-based things. Dustin Chang says Storms and Sparrows is his jam. The solo sections are so melodic and singable and minimally shreddy in a good way, right? So the solo sections for that one's kind of fun. Like a lot of this stuff is really Lukather and Dan Huff inspired, where it's like you're taking a section, like we're playing in the key of B major right now. And so we're going to have, that's like a really classic Lukather thing to do, Huff, all those guys, where you're like, you take a note and like you move it around on the same string without ever letting go. Like this is something I want you guys to work on without ever letting go of the string. But like instead of just going up, like go in big intervals. So I'm seeing this. I'm seeing that area. I'm seeing this area. And I'm seeing this that I want to get to. And it kind of has that rising kind of sound. And now we're moving from B major to B minor. So coming out of that, all of those kind of like sliding little things that move around the scale. So let's look at B minor here. And B minor is going to look a lot like D major, right? All of that kind of stuff is very D major sounding. So let's see this together. And then when you have the connecting areas. So the idea is that your eye is kind of not looking at each thing as a block in each area. You're kind of looking at it as something that moves like this. And you're able to move around this. No, we're not in B flat. We're in B. We're not in B flat. Yeah, but you're right. B flat minor. Let's not get off topic. B flat minor is more like B flat major, not minor. B flat major is G minor. There you go. B flat major is G minor. Yeah, so check it out, string. I got you right here. I got you right here. So let's play in the key of B, B minor. B minor is the same as D major. How do you know that? We'll play the D major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 of your major scale is the minor. So when I'm seeing B minor, I'm seeing a lot of D major shapes. So all of this kind of flurry of stuff, I'm seeing a bunch of D major grips. That sounds like D major, but it's really B minor. Same thing, really. All of that stuff is all connected. So when I was improvising through that B minor section of it, you see right there, especially can visualize as D major. Because there's your minor third. So all I'm doing is change around that bottom side, right? So, see how that G and A works through there? Yeah, Paul's saying Pliny does these tasty likes like, yeah. It's totally like that old school way of thinking. So just start by looking at D major or B minor. You have this. That's just a little half step bend that gets you around the third of D major or the 5 of B minor. Now, where's another interesting note on that same string? It's not going to be this. It's just the 5. You're just going. It's really melodic, but it doesn't have a big width to it. It doesn't have a lot of width to it, right? Now move up. That's got a nice width and resolution to it. You have that distance between it, right? Yeah, kind of that thing. Let's maybe take a look at that solo. Let's pull that up. Let's Storms. Here's Storms. Take a look at that solo. Coming up. This is like So that's kind of how that solo kind of sits together, right about, you know what I mean? Trying to get that phrasing on those things. That's a really interesting lick from the album. I forget how I fingered it. The tabs are available, will be available with Levi Clay did the transcription. That's not right. Well, how do I have that? I think that's it. Yeah. I think that's what I did on the record. So it's like a... Right. It's really, if you listen coming out of the solo, getting into that other sections like... Kind of got a neat way to do it. Let's listen to that. This one? I think it's this one. kind of how that kind of glues those two parts together. Dustin says, what gear was used for the solo? Doesn't seem too high gain. If I'm not mistaken, I used a Bella, or was that the Lone Star? I might have used the Lone Star for that one, but it was the gearbox. It was this tone right here. It was that amount of gain. It was just probably on the Bella or the gearbox, so it has a little more sheen on the top of it. Let's just listen to the Lone Star, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let that thing heat up. Let that thing cook up a little bit. The SL has this really nice mid-range creamy thing going on. The Lone Star, let's jump over that. Yeah. You can see it's got those teeth. Let's hear that in the mix. That's definitely what I think that I used after hearing it right now. I think I used the Lone Star. Yeah, it's definitely got more of that like upper sheen. I think that's what I used on it, right? So, yeah. Sounds more narrow, less at the bottom. It's way more Fendery. Jumping back to the SL. It's more meaty sounding, right? Whatever that is, who knows? I like both. I think they're both kind of the right answer for right tool for the job is what you need. Mike Seal's in the house. I love it, man. So Mike Seal and I, old friends, and his brother-in-law is none other than Tyler Bryant from Tyler Bryant the Shakedown. They're both married to the Larkin Poe sisters, right? So small musical world right there. Mike Seal says the songs make him want to go fly a fighter jet. I like it. Kind of fun. There's a lot of moodiness on the record. I think like what I'm gonna look at the track listing real quick. It's track list. Charisma's definitely got that kind of thing. It's Copperhead is a little more of the ZZ Top thing. Free Range Chicken's kind of Dixie Dregs. Master Gracie's Manor's kind of the odd man out with that almost gypsy jazz thing that it's got. Shoot the Sun Down, got a really neat harmony thing with like a major scale flat 6 kind of thing. Yeah, there's a lot of different flavors on there. Mike, we missed you. We talked about you. We love you. It was great to spend some time with Tyler. He's a fantastic guitar player. Totally, man. Really, really good. Dustin says the repeat at the gym is on repeat at the gym. Yeah. We had a fun jam. It was Phil X, Tyler Bryant, and this was at Gearfest. Phil X, Tyler Bryant, Andy Timmons, and Greg Koch. Wow. What a great hang. What a great group of players that was. Dave says, it's a tad off topic, but I caught you two times at the Dallas Guitar Show. The outdoor stage sound was definitely better. What were your thoughts? I love the Dallas Guitar Show. You can't really control inside environments, especially when they're in those trade show rooms, because they're just big airplane hangars. So it's just a reverb nightmare. But yeah, outdoor show was really, really fun. Great sounds, great tones. I'm going to upload some videos from that this week. They're already uploaded. Thanks, Luke. Looks like Louis is down here saying likes the tone. Yeah, really great setup here. That's the SL68. And then a little more fusiony, I think. And then the thinner sound is the Lone Star. The Lone Star is really great on them cleans, though, man. What is that one? I've been trying to learn that. Haven't really got it down yet. The Highland Wedding, right? I started out doing it finger style, you know? But I watched Steve play it, and he's playing it. He's playing it with hybrid. Steve plays it with pick, so I'm trying to like go back and learn it with hybrid playing now. Yeah, it's a great tune. I watched you and I think it was you and your wife playing it. It was a really brilliant rendition. String Gene is saying the delay and reverb is amazing. Can you share the setting? Yeah, it's just the halo on the Andy Timmons setting on number 1. There is no reverb on at all. It is just delay. But that kind of turns into a reverb, right? Yeah, no delay at all. Nice little, yeah, it sounds nice when you have a lot of gain on it too. That's all on the Lone Star, same kind of sound on the SL would be like this. good sounding amps, you know, definitely. Paul Warren says, I got the Halo a couple of weeks ago. Love that Timmons preset, of course. That's the one. Are you adjusting the wet mix on the Halo? Yeah, I'm adjusting it with my foot, actually. So heel down. So heel down is completely dry. And then as I roll the toe down, so maybe we kind of drive it as I'm playing it, right? Way too much, right? Yeah, the trick is definitely putting the mix on the wet control of the volume of the expression pedal. Is your rhythm setting somewhere in the middle? I think most of the time when I'm playing rhythm, I'm kind of like mostly pretty dry, you know. Yeah, it's probably pretty dry. Because I want that articulation of the rhythm. Yeah, it'd be pretty dry. Now if I need more, you know, it's just always right there. It's never really like set and done. It's always just kind of playing to it, right? Yeah, Pete's saying Mike Seal blew him away at the Jeff Sipe Trio. Oh, yeah. Mike is a terrifying guitar player, man. Andy, were you using the neck pickup? I switch all the time. Kind of always. Just depends on what I'm playing, really. It always kind of goes back to like what's the flavor of the tune that needs to be done, right? Mark says, how easy and or difficult is it for you and Ben to nail that section? I mean, like everything's just kind of requires maintenance. Like when I learn tunes, whether it be something that I play for somebody else, like a Gary LaVox thing, flats type situation, or if it's something that is my stuff, or if it's something for Skankbanger, like all of it takes maintenance and it takes maintaining the licks, you know. So, yeah, I'm gonna with that said, it's a big week of trying to practice, keeping my chops in shape, go back and digging through these tunes, making sure I got good arrangements of them, good improvisations going across them, knowing the changes. All of this is part of the game on the maintenance side. And the more maintained I am, the better I feel on the tunes, right? It kind of always goes back to that, doesn't it? So with that said, man, happy picking. Everybody enjoy the new record. Hope everyone has a great week. Thanks for joining us again this week. And if you want to learn more, make sure to jump over to patreon.com. There's lots of lessons and things over there, man. So much stuff is over there. Transcriptions and tabs and hundreds of videos, lesson videos. There's if at $5 a month, there's 600 video lessons. If you're at the $25 a month tier, you get 4 live Zoom masterclasses with me, which is super awesome. So that's the Patreon thing. If you're looking to join me and Steve Morse and Andy Timmons, Brent Mason, Ariel Posen, Tom Quell, Jake Workman, Fluff, Ben Eller, that's all going to be at the Woodshed Guitar Experience, woodshedguitarexperience.com. Man, it's a lineup. It's 4 days. Weekend retreat, incredible event right outside of Nashville, Tennessee. Come hang out with us. Chuck has just put it in the chat. Jump on over there. We got a few slots left. Go ahead and get signed up. Come hang out with us. It's going to be awesome. Awesome weekend. We'll be playing all these new tunes, talking about, improvisational tactics, all that kind of good stuff, tone and gear, those kind of things, man. Mike, we got to get you out there. Thanks for the congratulations, my friend. I can't wait to see you in fellowship whenever the paths cross, whenever that may be, man. We got to make that happen soon. With that said, everyone, man, be blessed. Have a great week. I'm going to go see Eric Johnson tonight. Going to be awesome. So have a great week. We'll see you next week.